Anna Keith in the room. FECWEF Costa Rica, CPSA Croatia, CZPSA Czech Republic, CZPSA Czech Republic. We have a delegate from CZPSA in the room. IPSF Egypt. Okay. TUPS Estonia. Anna France. BPHD Germany. BPHD Germany, thank you. GPSA Ghana. GPSA. Do we have a delegate from GPSA in the room? Thank you. HUPSA Hungary. HUPSA Hungary. Do we have a delegate from HUPSA? ISMA FASI Indonesia. IPSA Iran. IPSA Iran. JPSA Jordan. JPSA. KEPSA Kenya. KEPSA Kenya. Do we have a delegate from KEPSA in the room? LPSA Lebanon. MyPSA Malaysia. Do we have a delegate from, thank you, CEFAMEX Mexico? CEFAMEX Mexico. NZAPSO New Zealand. PPHSF Pakistan. IPSF Peru. FJC PPHA the Philippines. PPSC Poland. IPSF Portugal. QFUS Qatar. KNAPS the Republic of Korea. FAS Romania. NAPSA Serbia. NUSDS Singapore. SDSA Slovakia. CISA Slovenia. FEF Spain. FEF Spain, we have a delegate from FEF. ASEP Switzerland. ASEP Switzerland. PSAT Thailand. Thank you. KNPSV the Netherlands. TPAYC Turkey. BPSA UK. TAPSA Tanzania. TAPSA United Republic of Tanzania.
Er meldet dich dann nochmal oder so.
TDTUPO Vietnam. Do we have TDTUPO Vietnam in the room? Okay, thank you. Elena, we have 32 full members present and voting.
Okay, thank you so much. So we have updated this on the system. So we will follow up with the agenda. Just as a clarification, sorry, ASEP, you were late for the roll call and you lose your voting rights when you are not typing the Y exactly when you called out. Okay, so we will move on with a bit of a modified agenda, But before I clarify this, I would kindly remind you again to please rename yourself properly, so that we know who you are. So put in the front observer, OD or HLM, then your name, then your member organization and country. Okay, so please once again kindly rename yourself. And next we will need a proposer and a seconder to resume the standing orders proposed by IPSF Portugal, seconded by Anne France. We will now vote on it. So everyone who is against resuming the standing orders, please type against in the chat. Okay, I see no one typing, therefore the standing orders have been resumed and we can move on with the agenda. So what we decided is what we're going to do is to have first the annual report of the chairperson of public health, which is the only report that is still left. The report has been uploaded to the folder today in the morning. And then we will have some other motions about World Congress that still need to be approved. And then we will move on with the last two HLM applications. And then we will probably assess the GA about how we feel going on with the agenda about second round elections and so on. Okay, I have a clarification from BPC UK.
Sebastian, BPC UK, is there a reason why the HLM nominations have been moved back? Thank you.
Okay, so let me check again, but we realized, or motions committee realized, that the seconder for two HLM nominations were not accredited at the General Assembly, and we have to treat the online General Assembly like an offline General Assembly when it comes to the rules. So seconder has to be accredited at the General Assembly to be able to second any motion. And so what, because this was the fault of the GA team for not realizing earlier before the deadline, we said that we will drop them and ask and inform the proposer that they need to change the seconder, or otherwise we will have to drop the HLM and nominations. And both proposers found a different seconder that is accredited to the General Assembly. So yes, that's why they were uploaded again. Okay, so I hope this clarifies it. And now we will move on to the next motion, please. Okay, so motion 41, which reads, this the 67th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the report of the Chairperson of Public Health 2020-2021. And we have Ms. Hera present in the room. I would give her 2 minutes to present her report, and then we will open the floor for discussion. So Hera, please feel free to start whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Hi, can I just clarify that you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hera Ali, Chairperson of Public Health. I forget like the order of that you're supposed to say it, but so thank you so much everyone for allowing me to submit my report on the last weekend of GA. I do apologize for the delay in uploading my report and submitting it. I hope you guys had a chance to read the report, and I hope it kind of clarifies some of the questions that you might have had over kind of the last quarter of the mandate. I hope that yeah, that is able to like answer all your questions. I'm super nervous actually, which is not normal for me when it comes to GA. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask me, but I'm an open book. So if there's anything that you think that I haven't mentioned in my report that I've not addressed, then please feel free to ask me, because I'm not here to like hide anything. I want to be open and honest, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say, honestly. I completely forgot what you're supposed to say in this bit, but yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hira. So basically in this bit, the EXCO members are free to say anything they want. So don't worry about that. So now that she presented her report, I will open the floor for discussion on this motion. And I will give it some time for you guys to register through the Google form if you have any questions to Hira. Okay, I have a new point by IPSF Portugal. Please take the floor.
Portugal, thank you for your report. We have a question. What did prevent more collaborations with other portfolios to happen this mandate? And do you have any suggestion on how this can be tackled in the next mandate? Thank you.
Okay, Hira, you can go ahead.
Thank you so much, Pedro, for your question. So I think that one of the main things that I think might have contributed to the reason why we weren't able to do as many portfolio collaborations is because obviously, I hope you can hear me. It just started raining loads. I think sorry, is there a time limit? I forgot. Basically, I think that the main reason is that each portfolio has like a lot of their own jobs and a lot of their own work, and so it takes a lot of time to be able to step away from that and be able to assign time and like a topic and be able to agree on something to work on together. However, I do think that with PH that I mentioned this in my report, but we'd already done a lot of the groundwork for the collaboration with PE. So I think that this is definitely something that can take place in the next mandate, because we did a lot of the groundwork for it already. But I suggest that for the next chairperson to have like a clear vision of any collaborations that they want to do, especially with portfolios, and be able to give enough time, and also share these ideas at the beginning of the mandate, because it allows other portfolios to make time and, you know, be able to like slot it into their schedule of already activities. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Thanks, Pedro.
Thanks, Hira. And for now, we really have enough time for you to not have a time limit so far. Okay, next we have, is that again a new point, IPSF? Okay, IPSF Portugal, please go ahead.
Thumbs up in Portugal again. Have you ever brought up in EXCO the suggestion of having a separate EXCO position for the relations with WHO, and what was the feedback? Thank you.
Okay, Hira.
Okay, thank you so much, Pedro. So yes, actually, I did bring this up quite a bit ago, I think, about the suggestion of having a position, like a separate EXCO position for the relations with WHO. However, unfortunately, because of kind of my absence over the last quarter of the mandate, it wasn't something that I was able to investigate further into, and it wasn't something that I was able to research more into. However, there was an idea that was floated around, which was regarding like a trial position. And I think I really, really highly suggest that the next chairperson, and again, I did mention this in my report, but I am 100% available for any communication regarding like handover, because I have a lot of suggestions and I have a lot of obviously experience over the past year and a half that I was in the position, and a lot of reasons for why it's beneficial to have like a separate EXCO position. However, it does require a lot of research and a lot of planning to ensure that we're not just adding another EXCO position, because this was one of the points that was mentioned when we did discuss it in EXCO, is that, you know, if every portfolio needed assistance, then we could just add like an unlimited amount of EXCO positions, which is not feasible. So but it was mentioned and it was discussed. However, unfortunately, like I said, due to my absence over the last quarter, I wasn't able to investigate it too much. But one of the main reasons why I think it's really important is because the relations that IPSF has with WHO are one of the most important relations that we have. It is what keeps our official relations in. It's what keeps our official relations in place. Hello. Oh, it keeps our official relations in place. But that's why I think that it's really important that we have a separate person that's able to dedicate their time and energy to this position, because and I think that there's a lot of scope for us to improve and a lot of scope for us to have a stronger relationship with WHO, which is another reason why I think this is really essential. But again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to investigate it much, but it was discussed and there were a few ideas floating around. But like I said, I really suggest that the next chairperson is able to investigate this further to kind of figure out if this is feasible or not. Thank you so much, Pedro.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, we have a direct by BPSA UK.
Sebastian, BPSA UK. So yes or no, Hera? Do you like recommend that there's like an IPSF teams position or like a subcommittee position that's created to assist with that? Thanks.
Okay, Hera.
Thank you so much, Seb. So this was actually discussed as well when we first brought it up to EXCO, and the reason why it must be an EXCO position is because the person that is the that would sit in this position would need to have recognition in like the WHO profile, and therefore they need to be like an EXCO. They need to be an executive committee member, because there's like a set of profiles and names that go forward to WHO for which there's a contact person. So for example, it's always the chairperson of public health, and because it's an executive committee position, therefore if there was to be a WHO position, it must be an executive committee position and it cannot be just an IPSF team position. And also because if it was an IPSF team position, it would mean that the chairperson of public health still has to oversee the work, and the whole point is to be able to have like a person that's at the same level of EXCO that take that responsibility on, but of course not working in silo, working in collaboration with the chairperson of public health. And that's one of the reasons why it has to be like an executive committee position. It can't be like a team position. I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hira. And next we have a new point by ASEP Algeria. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Elena. Kenza from ASEP Algeria. So I would like to thank Hira for her report and the work that has been done during this mandate. So my question is, what are the not to do things you would advise the next chairperson? Thank you.
Thank you, Hira. You can go ahead.
What's not to do? I would definitely say that don't it's really hard to answer a question like this. Don't overburden yourself with any tasks and ideas that you have. It is really important that of course you fulfill your role in EXCO, but it's also really important that you manage your own workload and you manage your expectations. Like for me, like I'm a really big perfectionist and I want to be able to achieve every single thing, but of course that's not feasible. And then you end up in situations where things happen and they're out of your control, and it means that you know, you're not able to achieve everything that you want. And for someone like me, that's really like difficult to take and difficult to handle. So I would definitely suggest that don't overburden yourself with work. It's quality over quantity. Always quality over quantity. Don't think that doing 50 different things is the equivalent of doing one really good thing. It's not. So just focus on some of your main achievements, that main goals that you have for the mandate. I would also say that don't just stay silent. Talking from personal experience, if you're going through something, if there's something that's going on in your personal life, don't stay silent. Tell people about it. Speak to people, because from experience, it's a very challenging time if you don't tell anyone, and if you kind of suffer in silence. I really don't recommend anyone do that. Yeah, that's kind of it really. Thank you so much, Kenza.
Thank you, Hira. Next, we have a new point by IPSA Lebanon.
Rana, IPSA Lebanon, thank you for giving me the floor. And thank you, Ms. Hera, for all your efforts. So my question is kind of the inverse of Kenza's question. What projects or activities or events would you love to see implemented by the upcoming chairperson in the mandate? Thank you.
Okay, Hira, you can go ahead.
Thank you so much for your question. So I really hope to see like the WHO Youth Council be visualized. I hope that they start to recruit people, and I hope that it begins in the next mandate. I really hope that that's something that we get to see, and we get to, you know, see the fruits of our labor, if that's the right phrase. I really hope that we also get to see I really hope that we get to see IPSF have a official side event in the Global Health Youth Summit, and that would be such an amazing achievement if we manage to do that. I also hope that we manage to, you know, our plan for the 3-year collaboration gets accepted and approved, and I really hope that we manage to maintain our relations with WHO for the next 3 years. I really hope that we manage to continue to work on climate and health and planetary health world, and I hope that we continue to try to educate our members about that. That's something I'm so passionate about, and I really hope that that's something that continues, and I really hope that our membership with the Planetary Health Alliance is something that will help enforce that and allow the next chairperson to continue that work. I really hope that we see more engagement with our other healthcare students organizations. Unfortunately, this year we spent most of our time with IPMSA, but I really hope that in the next mandate that we're able to utilize interprofessional coordinator to help enhance this relationship that we have and kind of make it a lot more better. I really think that, you know, I said this in my report, but there's so many things that I have initiated and so many things that we started the groundwork on, but unfortunately, like I said, I wasn't able to continue, or there's certain things that I wasn't able to achieve, and I really hope that the next chairperson is able to take this on, is able to use all these amazing opportunities that we've been given and all these amazing relations that we've been able to create, and I really hope that they're able to take this on. And like I said, I'm 100% available as for handover, and you know, if there's any questions, anything, I'm completely open. Oh, I'm completely open. All right, thank you so much.
I think Yelena dropped off again. So I'm just gonna take over till she comes. I don't see any new points. Are there any points for Vera?
Ask yourself, how can I spread a little bit of light today in my community? My community meaning friends, family,
Okay,
neighbors.
so if I don't see any new points, I'm gonna close the floor. Okay, I'll close the floor for discussion and we'll move to voting. Can I assess the floor if everyone is okay with voting via Nemo vote? Yes. Awesome. Okay, so can we prepare Nemo vote, please, GAT? And kindly alert me when it's ready. Okay, so I just got confirmation that the vote is open, so kindly vote. You have 5 minutes. So we're left with BPHD and for Argentina. Please vote. If you're facing any technicals, let us know. BPHD. Is I for Argentina in the room? We're left with I for Argentina right now. Is I for Argentina in the room? Please type in the chat box. Otherwise, your voting rights will be suspended until the next resumption of standing orders. Can I get confirmation that I for Argentina is in the room? Was I for Argentina? Okay, so we're going to suspend I for Argentina's voting rights for leaving the session. So kindly close the vote and let's know the results, please. Okay, so motion 41, which reads this, the 67th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the report of the Chairperson of Public Health 2020-2021. The results are displayed on the screen. Motion carried. Congratulations, Hera. And if you have anything to say to the GA, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, guys. I was really scared, honestly, because yeah, I was really scared, but thank you so much to the GA for trusting me for a year and a half in the position, and I really hope that I'm able to provide all the support that I can for the next chairperson. And I love you all and really need the bathroom, so I'm gonna go. Thanks, bye.
Thank you, Hera. Congratulations once again. I think Yelena is back. I'm going to give her the floor. Yelena? Is Yelena in the room?
Yes, I think I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So now we would move on to the next motion, please. Okay, so the next motion is just basically for the World Congress 2022 to approve the educational symposia, to approve the theme for the educational symposia and for the scientific symposia. So I will read motion 38. This, the 67th IPSF General Assembly approves the theme interprofessional collaboration enabled by education for the educational symposium of the 67th IPSF World Congress 2022. This motion shall be achieved immediately and shall not be reviewed. For now, I will open the floor for discussion on this motion. Okay, I see no discussion. I see no new points on the speakers list. Therefore, I will close the floor for discussion on this motion, and we will try to vote by chat. Okay, so anyone who is against this motion, please type against in the chat. Okay, any abstentions, please type abstain in the chat. Okay, therefore the motion was passed unanimously. Thank you so much. Can we have the next motion on the screen? Okay, so motion 39 is about the scientific symposium theme. I will read it. This, the 67th IPSF General Assembly approves the theme Pharmaceutical Biotechnology Concepts and Applications for the Scientific Symposium of the 67th IPSF World Congress 2022. This motion shall be achieved immediately and shall not be reviewed. I open the floor for discussion on this motion. Okay, I see no one on the speakers list. Therefore, I will close the floor for discussion on this motion, and we will again try to vote through chat. So once again, everyone who is against this motion, please type against in the chat. I see no one typing. Anyone who wants to abstain, please type abstain in the chat. Okay, I see no abstentions, therefore the motion was carried unanimously. And we can move on with the HLM applications, nominations. As explained earlier, we have 2 applications left, as one was uploaded correctly with proposer and seconder. And we will once again open the floor to give the proposer and the seconder the opportunity to state their motivation, and then we will have closed discussion on both applications and nominations together, and then have normal voting procedure on each one of them separately. Okay, so the first one is motion 49. This, the 67th IPSF General Assembly accepts Ms. Juliet Obi, Nigeria, as IPSF honorary life member of the Federation. I open the floor for discussion. No, I don't. I would kindly ask the proposer to give their motivation. Okay, I have a technical from GPSA Ghana.
Priscilla GPSA Ghana. I think the delegates from PANS Nigeria are having a problem joining the session. They just put their concern in the chat, the WhatsApp groups. So I guess that's why they're not seeing anything now. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a bit of a weird situation because like a proposer has to be present for the motion that is presented during the session. So if they're having internet issues, I would kindly ask to resolve them as soon as possible, because yeah, HLM applications should be this session. And yeah, so once again, if they cannot join the GA, we would have to drop these motions proposed by them. So give me just 1 second. Thank you. Okay, can I once again ask if PANS Nigeria is in the room? Because we see one OD. We cannot hear you, PANS Nigeria. Do you have any issues, or are you? Okay, so PANS Nigeria is having issues with the internet apparently. So we have a procedure motion by BPSA UK with a question mark. So I guess you want a BPSA, I guess you want to propose to move this agenda point. Okay. Is there any seconder to move this? Seconded by BPSA Poland. So I would ask the BPSA UK to state to which session, but I guess because it would be the next session, I guess, right? Because it is like the last session, or either. BPSA, can you clarify so to move it at the next session, which would be the Sunday first session one?
Seb UK, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So we will open the floor for discussion on this procedural motion. Please type anything you want to say about the procedural motion in the chat. Okay, I have BPSA UK.
Sebastian BPSA UK, because there's technicals right now, let's just table it and we can save some time, move on with the rest of the agenda, and then hopefully later there won't be any technical issues and then we can just get it over and with. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. If there are any other points, please type it in the chat. If not, I will now close the floor for discussion on this motion. And we will move on to voting procedure. Please give us a minute for to prepare the NEMO vote. Thank you. Okay, so the vote for the procedural motion has been opened. It's procedural number 4. And please vote now. You have 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Okay, so we still have GPSA, Ghana, FECO of Costa Rica, and APFI Peru left to vote. I would kindly ask them to vote as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, we have only GPSA Ghana left to vote. GPSA, if you face any difficulties, please tell us. Otherwise, I would kindly ask you to vote as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, so everyone voted. We are now closing it and announcing the results soon. Thank you. Okay, so the procedural motion was carried with 31 in favor. And we will now table this agenda point of HLM nominations to the next session. Please give me a minute to see how we will proceed. Thank you.
Hello.
To clarify the question of GPSA Ghana, yes, so we will assess the General Assembly about how we will proceed with the agenda, and so far the HLM nominations are the only thing that are for sure at the next session on Sunday, but I cannot predict like if it will be the only thing left. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so for the next agenda point, we have the investigation about motion 71. For this, we don't need a vote or a motion to vote on, so I would kindly give the floor to Isaac. Thank you. Oh, first I have a new point by Asap Algeria.
Thank you, Elena. So I think we have the proposer of the HLM proposal back. The proposer from Nigeria.
Yes, however, we cannot untable a procedural motion that was already decided on. So we cannot untable it.
Okay, thank you.
Isaac, can you hear us?
Yes, I was waiting for your feedback. Can I go?
Yes.
Yeah, Dana?
Yes, you
Okay,
can go.
so thank you. So EXCO was mandated at the 66th GA to investigate the a motion that was presented by member organizations, and the motion read this: the 66th IPSF General Assembly mandates the Executive Committee to investigate the possibility of allowing official delegates that are unable to physically attend the coming general and or regional assemblies to be virtually present. This motion shall be achieved by the 67th IPSF General Assembly. So the Executive Committee consulted with the Constitutional Working Committee, and came up with a number of questions and considerations that we all found answers to. First, a number of them have been highlighted in the document in the GA folder, and we've listed some of the challenges that would come with hybrid GAs, and we've listed if we were to go ahead with the hybrid GAs, how they're gonna go. And we've also detailed some advantages as well of the hybrid GA. And we've detailed some tools that will help to make the process smoother if we decide to consider this as a motion. We decide to pass this motion. And we've given other suggestions that are not mentioned in the questions. And yeah, that's it. So we, per our suggestions, we believe that we need more information to be able to make this motion feasible. And we also believe that we need to initiate a survey as well from CPs to find out how they feel about this to make it more feasible. I'm open to your questions. The rest of EXCO is also available to respond to this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Isaac. So once again, to clarify, this was the motion that was carried at the last GA, the 66th, and this is just the investigation report that can be found in the GA folder. So therefore, we don't have any vote on this, but if you have any questions to the investigation report, feel free to ask them now. Okay, I see no one on the speakers list. Therefore, I would thank Isaac and move on to the next point. But before that, I would once again just clarify and assess the General Assembly. The next point would be second round elections, and we would move on with the candidates who are available for now, who are also available now. So does the General Assembly feel confident or feel comfortable to move on to the second round elections now? Okay. I see mostly Y in the chat. So can we start with the first second round election with the candidate who is available? Okay, so we would start with the election of the chairperson of internal relations. We received one application by Ms. Natalia Skora. And can I confirm if the candidate is in the room?
Hello, I am here.
Awesome. So I hope everyone read the nomination form and saw the video. Therefore, we will now move directly to the opening the floor, and I would open the floor for discussion. Please register if you have any questions. Please register through the Google form. Thank you. Okay, we have first Anne France. Please take the floor.
Théo Favard, Annette France, thank you for your application. You said in your nomination form that it's unfair that we too often associate the investment of a CP with quantity instead of quality. So have you ever thought of a specific way to evaluate a CP's work and investment in relation with quality, such as indicators or other tools that might help evaluate the quality? Thank you.
Okay, Natalia, you have 1 minute, just so you know.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I have been thinking about this one because I wasn't sure if I should put it in, as it is a little bit complicated to actually explain how I would like to measure the activity of the CPs. What I learned in this mandate is that we are measuring the activity throughout the whole mandate by just checking their activity every day, what they are doing by the reports, by the comments, by emails. And what I would like to do the next mandate is that this might be a little bit too subjective because numbers are very objective. We know how many reports are there, but with the help of internal committee, I would like to be a bit more subjective and maybe look into the quality of the email. So if we have a discussion, then I would like to read the emails and see who is actually giving an input that is valuable and who is just emailing to email, if you know what I mean. Because I see this as not a good way to contribute to the federation, and I would like to use the means to evaluate them by seeing what they do and what is their point in being the CPs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have ASAP Algeria with a direct.
Yes, thank you, Elena. Kenza from IPSF Algeria. So actually I had technical, so I'm not sure about the question. I think it was related to the best CP competition, if I'm not wrong. So yes, so actually my question is, how do you think that the best CP criteria have impacted the activity of the activeness of the CPs? And I apologize if this question has already been asked. Thank you.
No, thank you very much for the clarification. I might have not understood it correctly. Yes, I think that because we have finalized the best award, best CPs criteria this year, and I think that touching it every year might not be beneficial for CPs because they are expected to do different things every year. However, I would like to add a component of just like subjective looking onto their activity. And I would like to leave the parts with counting the numbers because numbers are also saying us, telling us quite a lot of things. But at the same time, I would like to be aware of the quality of their work and what they are doing every day and how they contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have IPSF Lebanon.
Rana, IPSF Lebanon, thank you for giving me the floor, and I apologize for any background noises. Ms. Natalia, thank you so much for your application. You mentioned that you can tell that the MA deal project has been too demanding. So I would like to know what exactly you're planning on doing, and I would like a bit more elaboration on this point. Thank you very much.
I just want to clarify if I understood correctly. You want me to tell what I would do with my deal project next mandate, right? Okay, so if you're okay with that, I would like to refer to my notes because I listed a few things that what I would like to do, and maybe that would help me. First of all, I would like to make activities every 2 months because I feel that activity every 1 month is a little bit too overwhelming both for the leaders and for the CPs. Or if not every 2 months, then less engaging one. Secondly, I would like to implement a feedback form after the half of the project, maybe after 3 or 4 months to see what works, what doesn't. Thirdly, I would like to list the activities for my team so that they know what to do at the very beginning of the mandate. Then I would like to implement one activity between the groups. And the last thing I would like to do to make groups based on time zones so we can meet actually and have fun in our mind, our time zone, like that the CPs would have to wake up at 2 a.m. to participate in meetings because we encountered this year, even in our mate group, Rana. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have a new point by ASAP Algeria.
Thank you, Doha ASAP Algeria. So first of all, Natalia, thank you for the quality of your application. My question is, do you have any plans regarding the CP forum? Do you wish to upgrade it, keep it? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I personally think that CP forum is one of the best things that happened to our federation because it's very clear for us to use, and we are avoiding many emails in the email box. But what I would like to do is to use the CP forum for discussions because I think that we are lacking discussions in this mandate. So I would like to open discussion on each portfolios, like pharmacy education, public health, and professional development. So we can share our views, our experience, and see what we can actually implement in the next mandate. And maybe if someone is implementing any kind of activity that is correlated with the portfolio, they might seek help. And what's most important, I would like to address the issue of the breaking down of the CP forum and to find more just a better platform so it doesn't break up every 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have IPSF Portugal.
Dear friends of Portugal, I'm Natalia. Thank you for your application. I have a question regarding individual members. Do you think that the IPSF pamphlet is enough to bring individual members closer to the federation? And what other strategies do you have in this scope? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was actually hoping for this question because the nomination form wasn't long enough to just put into all my ideas. But what I would like to do is to stretch the idea from the last year to use FIP academic institutional members. But this is kind of difficult because it would have to be discussed with EXCO, as we already have partnership with FIP, and we have to have actually some strategy to reach out to them. And what is more, I reached to the individual membership coordinator, and what is the biggest problem, I think, is that we don't let individual members from countries that already have member organizations, and I don't think this is the best way to do it, because not everyone in this country might be a part of membership organization, and I don't see the point of keeping them from the federation, and most of the application are applications from these countries. So I think that we need to further discuss it and to see the possibility to let them join the federation regardless having organization in their country. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. Next, we have a new point by ASAP Algeria.
Thank you, Kenza from ASAP Algeria. So I didn't thank the candidate for her amazing application. That shows that she has a lot of experience and knows exactly what she's talking about. So actually my question is regarding the list of non-member organizations. So will this list contain only the names of these non-member organizations, or will it also contain the characteristics of these countries? Yes, these organizations, the characteristics, and more details about them. So, thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I wish I intend this list to be very detailed, but not in information that may not be beneficial for us. What I intend to put in that list is the name of the country with their abbreviation and anything that might be correlated to their names. I would like to put the contact info, because not every country has an organization, and if they can actually form an organization, we need to find information about contact to their institutions of international relations or in the university. I would like to put the section for comments, so we can actually comment on the situation, like, did we contact them, did we not? I would like to put the section with history of this organization, if they have any history related to IPSF, like, did they apply a few years ago, were they turned down by the GA? And also, I think that maybe sectioning into the sections of regions would be very nice. So I have separate lists for Euro, Paro, APRO, Afro, and MRO. So we are having like, very clear. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by Luca typing the time for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So far, we don't see anyone on the speakers list. If there are any new points or questions. Once again, yeah, Apiv, I mean, you can also type it in the chat, but Apiv.
Pedro Franz, Apiv, Portugal. So, sorry, I think this is a bit late because it's related to my intervention. But I was thinking that, Natalia, you said that a student that his association is already in the IPSF cannot apply for individual member. But I think I've heard in this assembly that this is possible. Could I have some confirmation on this? Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Natalia, go ahead, sorry.
What I learned, because I will be completely honest with you, I am not really in touch with individual membership this year, because I was in the part of the portfolio that is about organizations. But I was talking with our coordinator, and he told me that this is not possible. However, if it is, I think that one of the procedures between applying and actually getting to the IPSF is contacting CP of the organization that is representing this country, and if it is possible, then registering this member to this association. So if it is possible, then great. And one thing less to do, and if it's not, then I will just look into it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We have Direct by BPSA UK.
Dropped, sorry.
Dropped. Next we have can we go back to the new points? Okay, so there's no, because I see a 1 on the new point. Oh, okay. So, Sarah, you have a new point?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you, Natalia, for your nomination. I really liked it, but I have a question for you. So this year we had an internal relation internship for the Global LIT, and they had this amazing project they executed during their month of internship. Do you have any plans to implement something they've done or contact them about it? Thank you.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. Can you repeat, because it was cutting for me and I didn't hear the question.
Okay, Sarah, please repeat.
Yeah, okay. So this year in the Global LIT, we had an internship in the internal relation portfolio, and the interns worked on a project for the internal relations. Do you have any intentions to contact them or maybe try to implement something they've done in the internship?
Honestly, I haven't heard about it, but yes, I think this is a great idea. So maybe after the elections, if I'm elected, I can contact you and you can give me more detail on that so I can look into it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Once again, so far I don't see anyone on the speakers list. And if I see no one registering, okay, I see no one on the speakers list. Therefore, I will close the floor for discussion on this motion and we can move to closed discussion. I would kindly ask to stop the live streaming and the recording and the share.